You can spend most of your time with someone and talk to them every day, and slowly start building your life around the relationship. Before you realize it, your entire world starts revolving around one person. Friends get the leftovers, hobbies fade into the background, and your plans begin defaulting to the relationship. Ask yourself this: if you drew a map of your life right now, would one name sit in the center? And would everyone else be somewhere near the edge? At first, this feels romantic. But here's the part people rarely say out loud. When love becomes your whole life, your life becomes fragile. Most of us are taught that partnership should come first, and romantic love outranks everything else. Friendship matters, family matters, and community sounds nice. But your partner is supposed to be your emotional home, your favorite person, and your default plan. Being close with your partner isn't the problem. The problem appears when everything else starts disappearing around it. Once a relationship becomes the center of gravity, the rest of your life begins organizing itself around it. And this rarely feels deliberate. You're not trying to push anyone out. Life simply fills up, and the relationship becomes the easiest place to invest your time. Seeing a friend across town or calling someone you haven't spoken to in weeks requires effort. And protecting time for yourself demands planning. So the relationship becomes the natural default. Here's the first hard truth. If your partner becomes your whole world, your life becomes less stable without you knowing it. Because no single person can meet every emotional need you have. One friend might be the person who makes you laugh in a way no one else can. Another might understand your history because they lived through it with you. A sibling might share memories that shaped who you became. And a colleague might energize a side of you that rarely appears in your relationship. Different people hold different parts of your life, so expecting one relationship to carry all of that creates pressure. If your partner becomes responsible for comfort, reassurance, fun, and belonging, that's an enormous role for anyone to carry. And this pressure will be changing your relationship. When your relationship struggles, the impact will be spread across your life. Because so much of your routine revolves around that one person. They're who you talk to every day. They're who most of your time revolves around. So when that connection feels unstable, everything around it starts to feel uncertain too. Even strong relationships can strain under that weight. When stress appears or conflict arises, there are fewer buffers, fewer outside conversations, and fewer stabilizing influences around you. No partnership can carry everything alone. There's another consequence people rarely talk about. Your sense of self can start shrinking inside the relationship. Spending most of your time as part of a couple changes how you move through the world. The hobby that once defined your evenings becomes occasional. Interests that energized you start fitting around shared plans. Decisions begin with, "What do we want?" before you've asked, "What do I want?" None of that feels wrong in the moment, because relationships naturally involve compromise. The issue appears when compromise becomes automatic. Life just reorganizes itself around one person, so invitations get declined, your evenings become predictable, and over time your world becomes smaller than it used to be. Here's the second hard truth. If your identity depends on your relationship, even small problems start to feel like a crisis. Disagreements don't feel like friction, they can feel completely destabilizing. Distance doesn't feel neutral, it feels threatening, and a delayed message can feel like rejection. When the relationship carries your belonging, identity, and emotional security, any tension inside it becomes overwhelming. And the truth is, this isn't intimacy, it's dependency. And dependence often disguises itself as devotion. Maintaining your autonomy in your relationship becomes essential here, not as rebellion, but as a protection for yourself. Because real intimacy requires two people who still exist as individuals. You need interests that aren't shared and experiences that don't include your partner. Conversations that happen outside the relationship. A strong "we" only works when the "I" still exists. Autonomy stabilizes relationships in ways people rarely expect. Disagreements feel less threatening because your identity isn't at stake, and time apart feels restorative rather than alarming. Conflict becomes something you navigate instead of something you fear. If you let go of your autonomy, you will inevitably become more emotionally reactive. When one person becomes your only source of reassurance, their mood starts determining your stability. And things will become fragile for both of you. Interestingly, couples who spend slightly less time together often report stronger connection. Not because they love each other less, but because they bring more back into the relationship. Different conversations, experiences, and energy. Contrast keeps relationships alive, and more time together doesn't automatically create deeper intimacy. Sometimes it just creates more routine. Now let's go deeper. You might have learned early on that love meant being someone's whole world. When affection felt conditional, approval became incredibly important. And if belonging was unstable, exclusivity felt like safety. Expressing your needs might have led to rejection, so merging with someone started to feel like protection. You might recognize the thinking, if they're my whole world, I'll be safe. If I prioritize them above everyone else, they won't leave. If we become inseparable, nothing can threaten us. But merging doesn't eliminate risk. It only increases it. When love becomes your entire ecosystem, it carries impossible weight. The relationship has to provide identity, excitement, reassurance, belonging and purpose all at once. No connection can sustain that level of pressure. So here's the shift. Love becomes stronger when it exists inside a wider life. Friendships remain active, family stays present, and your identity continues developing. When your life has multiple sources of connection, pressure lifts from the relationship. Emotional stability spreads across different parts of your world. Your partner stops being the only place where everything gets processed. They become part of your support system rather than the entire structure. That distinction really matters. A relationship can remain central without becoming the only axis of your life. Love works best when it exists inside a network of connection rather than replacing it. The goal isn't to love less. The goal is to stop asking one relationship to carry everything. When love becomes responsible for your belonging, identity, excitement and stability, it stops feeling expansive. Your partner becomes someone you return to, not someone you rely on for every emotional need. The relationship gains breathing room, so pressure decreases. Choice replaces dependence, and something healthier starts to grow. You don't lose intimacy when your world expands. Here's the most important part to remember. Wanting space doesn't make you distant. Maintaining friendships doesn't make you disloyal. And investing in your own life doesn't weaken commitment. It builds resilience. The healthiest love doesn't ask you to shrink your world. It allows you to expand it. Together and separately. This isn't less intimacy. It's a stronger, more sustainable version of it. You've been watching The Soft Skills. Like and subscribe for more honest reflections on love, identity, and the relationships that shape who you become.